All right, we're back here on TexAgs Live, presented by David Gardner, Jewelers Rollo Insurance Studio. About to go to our interview where we keep it real. But real quick, I want to remind everybody about the subscriber special that we have going on right now. Current subscribers can ignore this, guys. This is not for you. It's for all the new people. You newbies out there. If you're a first-time subscriber and get a read-only TexAgs premium subscription for 1 month for just $1, right? So you want to jump on that. Go to TexAgs.com to learn more as you find the subscription special on the homepage. I might have done a Ron Burgundy, but first-time subscribers can get TexAgs premium subscription for 1 month for just $1. All right, so go to TexAgs.com to learn more about it. It is the subscription special on the homepage. Also, if you go to TexAgs.com, you can get all the updates from basketball, from football. We've got Olin and Luke breaking down the basketball game from last night. Coach Elko's press conference, Olin's notebook. Kendall Stowers joined the pass back. Jamie Morrison spoke to the media, so there's a lot of stuff on there. And later on today, you can see Marco Jones, Jamaria Morrow, set to speak with the media. We'll have that. No layups was shot yesterday. You can check out the latest with Raheel and myself. All right, with all the business being done, let's go to the Buppy's Catering and Bartending Hotline. My buddy, Jordan Pugh, who always keeps it real. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
How are you?
I am good. I am tired. I had a sick baby last night. So, fell asleep around 4 o'clock, but we rocking and rolling, man.
Fell asleep at 4 o'clock. I was waking up at 4.
Yeah, it was one of those nights.
I should have texted you. So, all right, a week off, right? What's like when two teams have a week off like that, and one team is preparing a backup / third string quarterback for the game? He's got a lot of credentials, that he did at the high school level. He was once a 5-star. I think he ended up being a 4-star, but the guy is legit. You've got that. You got another team that's rolling, but there's been a lot of press clippings in the last week about Nick Saban thinking they're one of the best teams in the country, and Marcel Reed on this Heisman tour, and all that stuff. So, not does one team have an advantage over another, but what can it do for the mindset of a team that is desperate and a team that feels like they're on top of the world?
Well, this is about focus, especially with two teams that are coming off byes. Who is better prepared, but most importantly, who's more focused? Look, we understand that we have the advantage when it comes to this matchup, especially with them being on their third guy. He's a true freshman, right? I think he's a true freshman quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, at Missouri. When you're looking at the matchups as far as where we are from line play to skill position, we win those matchups. But now, can we continue the focus? Can we continue to stay on task, right? With what we're trying to accomplish this season. Now, look, Missouri has a good football team. They have a good defense that a lot of people aren't really talking about. But as far as our team, what we do, how we have shown how we can complete football games, I just think that this is a matter of focus. How did we heal up? How did we handle the bye week? Did we win the bye week? I think a lot of that will be shown this weekend. But I also think that with what we've done, the maturity of this team, how we bounce back in second halves, all the things that you've seen, the signs of a good team, the signs of a contender, we have done that. So I think you'll see that on display this week.
Jordan, I want to go back to your best year at A&M. I'm assuming it was the 2010 season where you guys went 9-4. I think you lost to LSU, if I remember, in the bowl game. But it was a really good year where I believe you started off well, you had a little rough patch in the middle, but then finished very strong. What do you remember? Am I right about that, or am I just making stuff up?
No, that was I left that year.
Okay.
That was my rookie year in the league that year. Yep.
Okay, so then your best year might have been your freshman year at A&M?
We went 9-3 that year. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what about that year seemed like things were clicking?
It was all about continuity. So the thing about that year, we lost every game by a total of 6 points that year. Wow. I think we lost to Nebraska by 1. We lost to Texas Tech by 1. Then we lost to Oklahoma by 4 or something like that. All winnable games where it came down to the last play, right? But the number one thing that made that team click was the continuity. So when I came in in that freshman year, we were a very veteran-led team. A lot of juniors, a lot of seniors, a lot of guys that have played a long time together, right? And so when you came into that, you saw the continuity, the chemistry, the trust that everybody had. And so when you're looking at if you're projecting it to now and you're looking at where this team is, you see a team that's playing well. You see a team that trusts each other. You see a team where they have built a bond with each other. And I think that you're seeing that translate in the game, especially when you look at what we've done in these second halves, where we've had games like Arkansas, we had games like LSU, where you come out, there's some momentum going into halftime, but then you see something click. you see a team that transforms into the second half. That has a lot to do with what you build in the offseason, the bond, the brotherhood, the adversity that you went through. So taking that year that I had my freshman year, it's a lot of similarities to this year. Because, look, at the end of the day, there's good players all over the league. There's good players at every single team. But how do they mesh well together? And I think that Elko has done a good job of building the bond, but also keeping the standard. And I think the players understand that, and they're executing on that. And that's what's making us successful.
How much did you play your freshman year?
I didn't redshirt, but I played a lot on special teams. I was sparingly in and out on certain packages within defense. So if we get the nickel package, I would go in. 9 package, I would go in. So we had some time where I would come in and play, but I wasn't a full-time starter until my sophomore year.
And then do you think, because I feel like back then, that was kind of like the way to go. You get to see how the vets play, and you kind of, kind of grow within the system, as opposed to today. Sometimes you're forced to play young players, and some of them deserve it. I'm not saying they don't deserve it, because, Jamari Memorial deserves those touches, right? But he doesn't have to be the guy when you have a room like that, I guess is more my point.
Well, I came in, man, we had guys like Melvin Bullitt, Justin Warren, Red Bryant. So you had guys that you could lean on, right? So you're coming in as a freshman, man, stuff's moving so fast. You're on a different level. You're trying to get adjusted. You're trying to get adjusted to life outside of being at home your whole life, and just get equipped and acclimated to the game. But when you got guys that take you under your wing, like the Japhus Browns of the world, and all those guys, man, it helps with the transition. It helps when they're trying to help you be successful. And I think that you're seeing a lot of that this year. So year one, you have the introductory level with Elko. But I think the key with that is that a lot of the veteran players that were there last year knew who he was because they recruited him, or they had the opportunity to play for him. So there was a level of trust there. Now, when you look at the guys that are here in year two, you had the bit of success that we had last year. You have the unfinished factor that we had last year, man. The continuity, the older guys taking everybody in, the younger guys stepping in and filling their role, the depth pieces that are coming in, and there's no drop off within our depth pieces. You're seeing a full and complete team that is doing their job. So I think that from a culture standpoint, from a buy-in standpoint, from a leadership standpoint within the team, you're seeing all those things factor in, and that's why you're seeing the sustained success so far within the season.
Jordan, you look at what's happening right now, and I can't not look back at last year, right? It's a different team, different players, different vibe, but like they haven't done anything yet, right? Like, and I know Coach Elko is stressing that. How do you stress that to a team like, hey guys, things are going great, but we were basically almost here last year at this same point?
You pull up the South Carolina game last year. That's what you do. And you blast it everywhere throughout the facility to remind them of this is what it looks like when you lose focus. You're basically in the same exact situation that you are last year. The only difference is you lost the season opener. They were undefeated at that point in time in SEC play. They were the number one team within the SEC at that point in time. It's mirror images of each other. But now at this point in this stage, you have to make a choice. What do you want to be? It boils down to the focus. It boils down to consistency. And, man, will we be efficient and effective when it comes to executing the plays? Last year, what you saw was a drop-off in tackling. Last year, you saw a drop-off in guys making plays. And I think this team is different. I think that they're built different. I think that the guys who experienced that last year understand that there's a bad taste in their mouth. And I think that they see the opportunity in front of them. Last year, I think, was one of the best things that could happen because you tasted the opportunity to play for a title, and you let it slip. And I think that's a driving factor for this team this year. Even with all the mishaps, getting into that last game against Texas, having the opportunity to play for a right to go to the SEC championship, and you're watching the other team on your field take that opportunity away from you. There's a driving factor to that. There's a cohesion. There's a bond that's built when you're trying to accomplish that task. And I think that's what you're seeing that's different. But if I was Elko, first thing I would do is I would play Lenore Sellers, and I would play all the missed tackles. I'd play all the missed opportunities. I would play, not to hurt anybody's feelings, but I'd play Amari Daniels dropping that pass against Auburn last year where you let things slip away. And I would make sure we keep that focus and we stay time on task in order to move toward the goal that we want to accomplish.
Somebody on the YouTube page, I can't find it now, but basically said last year had to happen for this year to happen.
Yeah.
And you better take advantage of that opportunity, right? Like you want the lessons from the past to be something that fuels you for the next year as opposed to being a trend?
Well, you got to use pain as a privilege in this standpoint, right? So last year you experienced an extreme high, then you experienced extreme pain. What I mean by pain is letting things slip away. Even in the bowl game against USC, having the lead, doing what we're doing, and watching that slip. But when you look at what we had last year, I just think that, like they said, you have to let certain things happen because you have to feel it, you have to experience it, and experience is the greatest teacher. And so I think using that pain and allowing that pain to be a privilege, man, you can always go back to that. Sometimes, man, the biggest catalyst in any program is when you experience a loss, you experience a pain of some point, you experience lack. And I think that can be that driving factor because it's something that you could always revert back to. When you know that you should be somewhere, you should have accomplished something, you should have held up a trophy, you should have done all that. It's a driving factor. So I think you're seeing a team, which I hate this word, is motivated, because motivated is, I don't like that word because motivation comes and it goes, but I think you're seeing a team that is inspired, but a team that is driven. And you're seeing that play. That's what has me excited about this team. You're seeing a team that knows that they have the capability, but they are driven in order to accomplish that. That's the difference, I think, between this year's team and last year's team.
By the way, we've seen this before too. Was it 2016 that A&M came out of the college football playoff rankings and then they lost to Mississippi State? It does feel different, and maybe it's recency bias. I don't know, but when the playoff rankings come out today, what do you think? A&M 3, 4, 2, 1. What are you thinking?
It doesn't matter. All that matters is 4 weeks from now. That's the biggest thing. Like, I think that it's good to be able to see it. It's cool to be able to see that your name up there. The coach in me would be like, hey, man, can we just save this to the last game of the season? So after the last game, because we know that's irrelevant. We have to be able to do our part. But also at the same time, I think that it gives you a windshield approach or a front mirror approach, man, where you see what the future can be. You see what's in front of you. And you just got to go take that now. So I think it's exciting. It's something to build upon. You're not going to be able to hide this from the players. You're not going to be able to hide that noise because social media is everywhere. They're going to be able to see it everywhere. It is the focus now. We know where the goal is. We know what we're trying to accomplish. Stay focused and continue to finish what we're trying to do, and we will be able to reach what we want to because we have the players, man. We have the team. We have the continuity. It's focused now. This is what it is in this last portion, the fourth quarter of the season. It's the focus. Whoever remains focused, whoever remains conditioned, they'll see it all the way to the end.
All right, so one of the things Coach Elko said yesterday was that he believes Missouri is the best defensive line they have faced so far. They do have really good edge guys. I know that.
Yeah.
And Ahmad Hardy is one of the better backs in the league. So is there something about Missouri that concerns you, or is it really more, no, it's about what A&M does or doesn't do?
No, it's about A&M. What concerns me is the bye week. I always hate the bye week, especially when you have things rolling. You don't want to mess up the continuity. You don't want to mess up the rhythm, the consistency. The bye week is what kind of scares me. Because remind me, we came off the bye week against Auburn, correct? Was it the Auburn game?
I believe that's right.
Okay.
It's all a blur, yeah.
And we look kind of lackluster on offense. We were the better team, but It took a minute to get us going. When you have that rhythm and you're flowing, and then there's a pause, it disrupts the rhythm. The question now is, all right, where's the maturity that we have coming into this game? Can we pick that rhythm back up? Can we take hold of that, especially with us going on the road? We have to take the momentum. We have to take the crowd out of it. We have to take the life and the hope out of Missouri. Missouri has a good football team. Everybody in the SEC has a good football team. Let's just make that one grand statement. But now it's more about us. It's more about how we play. It's more about where we are coming out of this. Can we keep this rhythm? Because I think if we keep this rhythm, man, there's no stopping us moving forward throughout the season. This is the part where the maturity, the leadership, the veteran guys have to step in and be like, listen, this is where we are. We can't let it falter like we did last year.
Jordan, let's play a game, if you will. I'm going to throw you some teams, and you tell me how much your opinion has changed on them since early in the season. It could be your preseason expectations or maybe week 1, week 2, but like how these narratives have kind of changed about these teams because we were told one thing, we saw another thing, and then the season starts happening and things evolve. So, Missouri, where were you on Missouri early on? Where are you on Missouri right now?
A good football team, good football program, and I don't think anything's changed. The only difference is the quarterback position. So we'll see how they counter with that, but I still think that they're a good football team.
South Carolina.
Oh, a disappointment. South Carolina has everything that they need. They have the quarterback, they have the playmakers, they have the front, but it's been a disappointment. That's what I would put our section, South Carolina.
Jordan, I went on a bunch of shows during SEC Media Days in July, and they asked me who I forget how SEC Mike phrased it, but like who I thought was was going to be a big bust, and I was like South Carolina. Like what? Lenore Sellers is the second coming. Like he's Cam Newton, yada yada, and I go, yeah, he's great, but he lost some people, and his defense isn't as good.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to be as good. That does not mean that I don't think in a couple weeks that they can't come here and beat A&M, because I saw Lenore Sellers it was like you touch them and you fall off, right? Like so, I saw what Taylor Green did, right? So I'm not. I know he's the truth, but I don't think I'm surprised by them.
I'm more so surprised because I knew what they had defensively, especially within that front seven. That's what's surprising me. I thought they would be more dominant. I thought they would be able to close more games out. But I just think it's been a snowball effect with them. And then part of me wonders, with Shane Beamer and with Virginia Tech being the first domino to drop, did that have an effect? The part of me wonders that. But they've been a disappointment to me.
All right. How's your opinion evolved on Texas?
Nothing's changed. I think that they're an average football team. I think that Arch is average. I think that they kind of remind me of TCU a few years back. They just somehow, some way, they find ways to win football games. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but I'm looking forward to that game. I think there's going to be a lot of things that you'll see when they play Texas, but I think they're very average. I think Sark knows that they lost a lot to the NFL. I don't see any one dominant trait that they have on that football team. I think Arch has been overhyped, but I also think that they're not utilizing Arch well because they don't know what he does well yet. So they're too inconsistent right now.
So you don't look at what they did last week against Vandy and that big win, and Arch looked pretty good in that game. That doesn't kind of move the needle for you?
No, because Alabama exposed Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is a good football team. They're a veteran football team, but when you play against other elite level teams, you see what can get exposed. At the end of the day, Texas had better athletes. Vanderbilt is a better team. That's why they were still within the game. But the score didn't really show how dominant Texas was in that game because Texas has better athletes. Now, if we compare that and we look down the line, let's say that matchup against us, athlete for athlete, front for front, quarterback for quarterback, defense for defense, we're talking a whole different term now. But I see an inconsistent football team, which makes them a scary football team because you don't know who's going to show up. But I don't see anything dominant on that football team.
All right, this is a stupid question, but I like stupid questions sometimes.
Let's do it.
LSU this year at their best, not what A&M did and destroyed them, okay? And Texas at their best, whatever you think that is. If that's the Vandy game, who would win that game? LSU at their best or Texas at their best?
LSU. Okay. LSU. I was never a Garrett Nussmeier fan at all. I thought he was good. I don't think he's elite by any standpoint. But LSU overall, their talent as a whole is better from top to bottom. When you talk about this year's team, Texas to me, they have an identity crisis. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want to be. Are they a finesse team? Are they a running gun, shooting, throwing the ball all over the field type of team? They don't know who they are yet. And that's what makes it an LSU push for me. I just think that overall they're the better team. They have the better athletes, and that they would be able to utilize that and take advantage of that in a matchup.
You know what worries me about Texas and a team like Georgia is that when you have that much talent and you're able to withstand some of these curveballs that the season gives you, right? The Kentucky game, the Mississippi State game, Georgia finds a way. They'll be in a hole and they'll find a way. Like these teams that have supreme talent, when they figure it out enough, then they're still standing. Does something change?
Texas plays Georgia this week, right? Is it this week?
Next week.
Next week. Okay. I'm interested to see that game because I think Georgia punches them in the mouth, and I think Texas folds. When I watch Georgia play, that is one of the most resilient football teams I've seen in a long time. I have not seen a team in a long time that can take punches, that can look like they're out of games, and somehow, some way, they fight their way back. When I look at Texas, to me, lacks toughness. It's an identity. They don't know who they are. When you don't have an identity, you lack a whole lot of things. Georgia They're both talented. They both have the good skill players, this, that, and the other. But Georgia is a team, man, that I think is a lot like Kirby. I think they're tough, blue collar. They're going to fight you in a phone booth, and I'm going to walk out of this thing alive. You have to kill that type of team. You have to kill all hope. Texas, I don't get that matchup. So when you go athlete for athlete, that's when coaching matters. And then when coaching matters, the thing that takes place after that is, okay, where's the psyche of my football team? Are we just the tougher bunch? Are we the more physical bunch? And that's what you see a lot with Georgia. And I don't think you see that a lot this year with Texas.
All right. Last thing for you. How's your opinion changed on Alabama?
I think I think they're elite, and I think they're cooking at the right time. I think the difference between Alabama this year and last year is that you have players that are stepping up all over the field, meaning at all positions, and they're playing well as a unit. Now, defensively, I don't think they're as good. I think they don't have as much talent. I think if we match up with Alabama, I think it'll be one of those shootout type games. But Alabama is a team that I'm very intrigued by. They're steady. They keep the pace, but they play well as a unit. And that's why I'm impressed by Alabama.
Jordan, appreciate your time, man. Thanks so much.
All right. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. That's my guy, Jordan Pugh, even though I got the year wrong. 2010. He was already in the league. I just looked at his years. I was like, I think he played that year. I was wrong. But I was right on his freshman year. All right, we'll hit a break. When we come back, nothing. I mean, something, but nothing. What do you got? You've got something? No, I got to hit a break. Come on, man. What do you think? I don't even know if your mic was on there. Or maybe I think my pack just died. That's why. If you are looking for a reason to move back to Aggie Land, or you already live in Aggie Land and are looking for a great opportunity, you should look at the Association of Former Students. They're looking to hire professionals to join their team. They were just here. Randy was over there sitting like he owned the place, just legs up, like, hey, I'm the boss. I'm the VP. You do what I say. I think he's a VP. He might be just a director. I think he's a VP. But there's openings all the time in different departments. Sometimes in marketing, fundraising, sales, communications. I'll just make up a department probably there too. And when you go there, you're going to love working for the place because they are the premier alumni association and the oldest organization supporting Texas A&M, and they play a part in every Aggie story from Howdy to here. Don't miss opportunities to help out with Howdy Socials, Aggie Ring Day, class reunions, Aggie Muster, and everything in between. Join a team that exemplifies those Aggie core values of excellence, integrity, leadership, loyalty, respect, and selfless service, all in support of that worldwide Aggie network. So if you're interested in joining the team or sharing with someone that would be a great fit, please visit tx.ag/association jobs to apply and get more information on each position. It is the Association of Former Students.
The Aggies are ready to finish what they started. Bring the noise.
Bring the noise.
TexAgs Live has the coverage on the zone.